Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurlaila Humaira binti Rusli and I am from BA 1145D. Today our group will be presenting the guided case study of course FIN376 for question 3. There will be 4 questions involved. I will be presenting question 3A first. Firstly, let's read the question together. As FIN3 had issues a bond on March 18, 2019. The terms were as follows. Current denomination is Malaysian Ringgit, par value is at 100,000 Ringgit. The maturity date is on March 18, 2029 or an optimal redemption date. The payment basis is at redemption at par value. The interest payment date is on March 18 and September 18. Optimal redemption date with the issuer gets the right to call the instruments in whole, but not in part at 10% call premium starting March 18, 2024 with a reducing premium of 200 basis points annually thereafter, and interest rate at 6% for the whole term of bond. A fund manager with XYZ fund in Singapore is considering this bond on 1st November 2020. So, the question for A1 is compute the amount paid for a unit of this bond in investors' local currency. If the expected return on this bond is expected at 6.6% and the exchange rate is SGD1 or Malaysian Ringgit 3 Ringgit 6 cents, disregard fees and other expenses. Therefore, from the question, the first thing we need to do is to take out all of the useful information from the question given. Thus, considering this bond on November 1st, 2020. For coupon payment, we need to divide coupon payment with number of interest payment, which is 6% divided by 2 multiplied by par value of 100,000 equal to 3,000. Issue date is on 18 March 2019. Maturity date is on 18 March 2029. Par value is at 100,000. Interest payment date is on March 18 and September 18. N is the period of previous CP until maturity date, which is on 18 September 2020 until 18 March 2029, which equals to 8.5 years. And M is 8.5 multiplied by 2 and you will get 17. A is the period of previous CP until purchasing date, which is on 18 September 2020 until 1 November 2020, which equals to 44 days. C is automatically 180 days for semi-annually. And yield, or K, is 6.6% divided by 2 and you will get 3.3%. Now, the first question asks for amount paid if the expected return is 6% and the exchange rate is SGD1 or Malaysian Ringgit 3 Ringgit 6 cents. So, the first calculation you need to do is to find the prime price. For this, you will need to use the formula of coupon payment multiplied by bracket 1 minus 1 plus K over M, the power of negative NM over K per M, close bracket, plus par value multiplied by bracket 1 plus K over M, the power of negative NM. So, you need to key in the numbers into the formula. CP is 3000, K over M is 0.033, negative NM is negative 17. So, from the formula, you will get 38,560 ringgit 88 cent plus 50,583 ringgit 3 cents equals to the prime price 96,143 ringgit 91 cent. Following that, we now need to find the purchase price, in which the formula is purchase price equal to P prime multiplied by 1 plus K over M multiply A over C. Once again, key in the numbers, in which the P prime is 96,143 ringgit 91 cent, K over M is 0.033, A is 44 and C is 180. So, from the formula, you will get 96,143 ringgit 91 cent multiplied by 1 plus 0.033 multiplied by 44 over 180. You will get the answers of purchase price at 96,919 ringgit 47 cent.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurin. Now I will move on to step 3 on finding the amount paid for a unit of this bond. Now I will move on with step 3, which is to find the accrued interest. So for this step, you will need to use the formula accrued interest. Once again, key in the number. A is 44 days, C is 180 days, R over M is 0.023 and par value of 100,000. So from the formula, you will get 44 divided by 180 days multiplied by 0.033 multiplied by 100,000. You will get the answer of accrued interest of 806.67 cents. Moving on to step 4, you will need to find this bond book value using the formula of book value equals to purchase price minus accrued interest. Again, key in the numbers of purchase price and accrued interest that we have calculated earlier. Book value equals to 96,919.47 minus 806.67. You will get the amount of book value at 96,112.80. The last step, step 5, requires you to find the amount paid for a unit of this bond. However, you need to remember that the question have given you the exchange rate of Singapore dollar 1 equals to Malaysian Ringgit 3.06. Therefore, the formula for this step is book value divided by exchange rate. Thus, 96,112.80 divided by 3 ringgit 06 is equal to Singapore dollar 31,409.41. Now we are done with question A1.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anisha Mimi binti Abu Samad and I am from BA 145D. I will be presenting the question 3A2. Firstly, let's read the question together. Another investor based in Malaysia has bought this bond on the same day XYZ fund purchased theirs. Suppose FIN376 Berhad calls this bond on March 18, 2025. Compute the approximate realized yield for this investor. Assuming he is still holding the bond when the issuer exercised the call option and the coupon interest received were reinvested at a rate of 7%. As always, the first thing you need to do is to take out all the useful information from the question. Issue date is on 18 March 2019, maturity date is on 18 March 2029, purchase date is on 18 March 2025, interest payment date is on 18 March and 18 September. Par value is at 100,000 ringgit, coupon payment is 6% divided by 2 multiplied by 100,000 ringgit equal to 3,000 ringgit. As the question mentioned that the coupon interest received were reinvested at a rate of 7%, thus the K is 7% divided by 2 equal to 3.5%. Since the question also mentioned that the investor is holding the bond when the issuer exercised the call option, we know that the approximate realized yield that the question were asking was to find its yield to call. So step 1 is to find the reinvestment interest of this bond using this formula. Key in the numbers, CP is 3,000 ringgit, K is 0.035 and N is 8. You will get 3,000 ringgit multiplied by 1 plus 0.035 to the power of 8 minus 1 and divided by 0.035. Then you will get the total amount of reinvestment interest at 27,155.6 cents. Moving on to step 2, we will need to find the call price. In this case, the question mentioned that the issuer has a right to call the instrument at 10% call premium starting on 18 March 2024 with a reducing 200 premium basis point annually thereafter. This 200 basis point indicates that for every year after 2024, the call premium will be reduced by 2%. As such, since FIN376 Berhad called the bond on 18 March 2025, the call premium of 10% will now be reduced to 8%, which is 10% minus 2% equals to 8%. To find the call price, 8% call premium multiplied by 100,000 ringgit equals to 8,000 ringgit, which will be added to 100,000 ringgit, bringing the total of call price to 108,000 ringgit. For step 3, we need to find the total future dollar using the formula of total future dollar equals to selling plus coupon reinvested. Coupon reinvested here refers to the reinvestment interest that we had calculated earlier. So 108,000 ringgit plus 27,155.8 cents equal to 135,000 ringgit 155.8 cents. Lastly, step 4 is we need to find the approximate realized yield using the formula RR bracket total future dollar divided by PP power of 1 divided by N minus by 1. Key in the numbers and you will get 135.155.6 cents divided by 68.96.919.47 cents to the power of 1 over 8 minus 1. You will get the approximate realized yield of 8.48876% or 8.49%. Now we are done with question 3A2.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuradipa binti Ahmad Baharudin and I am from BA 114.5T. Today, I will be presenting the question 3B1. Firstly, let's read the question together. RHA Fund invested in 1,000 units of 7% 15-year RM1000 bond issued by CMX Berhad. The bond was issued on 1 November 2018 at par. The firm bought the bonds on 1 November 2021 when the bond was selling at 2% discount. The firm intends to sell back all the bond when the interest rate is expected to be at 5% on 1 November 2026. Throughout the period of holding the bond, the firm reinvests all the coupon received in an investment alternative that pays 8% interest for the first 3 years and 9% interest for the remaining years. You are required to assist RHA Fund to determine their total yield for this bond investment. So, from the question, we know that we will need to extract 3 types of information. First, which is the present data, the future selling, and the reinvestment. Firstly, present data which is from 2018 to 2033. The coupon payment is 7% divided by 2 multiplied by 1,000 equals to RM35. The N is 15 years, so NM is 15 multiplied by 2 is 30 times. The yield or K is 2% divided by 2 is 0.01. Secondly, the future selling which is from 2021 to 2026. The N is 5 years, so the NM is 5 multiplied by 2 is 10 times. The yield or K is 5% divided by 2 is 0.025. Thirdly, the reinvestment which is from 2021 until 2026 which consists of 5 years. Therefore, NM is 5 multiplied by 2 is 10 times. For the first 3 years, the interest rate is at 4% which is 8% divided by 2. For the remaining 2 years, the coupon rate is at 4.5% which is 9% divided by 2. For the purchase price, the question mentioned 2% of discount. Thus, 2 divided by 100 multiplied by 1000 equals to RM20. Then, RM1000 minus RM20 equals to RM980 ringgit of the price of the bond at discounted price. To find the total yield for this bond investment, there are 4 steps that needs to be followed. First, we need to find the selling price by using the formula of CP 1 minus 1 plus K over M to the power of negative NM divided by K over M plus power value multiplied by 1 plus K over M to the power of negative NM. Key in the numbers into the formula. CP is RM35, K over M is 0.025, negative NM is negative 10, and power value is at 1000 ringgit. So you will get 1000 multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus 0.025 to the power of negative 10 over 0.025 plus RM1000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.025 to the power of negative 10. Then you will get RM306.32 cent plus 781 ringgit 20 cent, and you will get the total amount of selling price at 1087 ringgit 52 cent. Moving on to step 2, we need to find the interest on interest by using the formula of interest cost of interest equal to coupon payment multiplied by 1 plus K to the power of N minus 1 divided by K. Key in the numbers into the formula and you will get RM35 multiplied by 1 plus 0.04 to the power of 6 minus 1 over 0.04 multiplied by 0.04 plus RM35 multiplied by 1 plus 0.045 to the power of 4 minus 1 over 0.045. Then you will get RM232 ringgit 15 cent multiplied by 1.1699 plus RM149 ringgit 74 cent, and you will get the amount of interest on interest of 421 ringgit 32 cent. Now, to find the amount of reinvestment interest, you need to minus interest on interest with total coupon. Since the total number of coupon payment for future selling is 10 times, you must multiply coupon payment of RM35 with 10 and you will get RM350 ringgit. Then, 421 ringgit 32 cent minus 350 ringgit, and you will get the reinvestment interest amount of 71 ringgit 32 cent. Moving on to step 3, we need to find the total future dollar, and the formula that we will be using is total future dollar equal to selling price plus coupon reinvested. Therefore, RM 1087 ringgit 52 cent plus 421 ringgit 32 cent, and you will get the amount for total future dollar at 1508 ringgit 84 cent. The last step is step 4, in which we need to do what the question wants, which is the annualized annual return using the formula of RR equal to total future dollar over purchasing price to the power of 1 over N minus 1. Key in the numbers from the total future dollar and purchase price that we have calculated before. So you will get RM 1508 ringgit 84 cent divided by RM 980 ringgit to the power of 1 over 10 minus 1. Thus, annual return that you will get is 0.441. But this is only the semi-annual return. Therefore, to get the annualized return, multiply 0.441 with 2 and multiply it again with 100. You will get the annualized annual return of 8.8198% or 8.82%. Now, we are done with question 3B1.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syazwani Shahira binti Bahanuddin and I am from BA 1145D. I will be presenting the question 3B2. This question asks the total capital gain from this investment. For this question, we will be using the formula of capital gain equal to selling price minus purchasing price. Key in the number from the selling price and purchases price that we have calculated earlier. So, capital gain equal to RM 1087 ringgit and 52 cents minus RM 980, and you will get the total capital gain amounted to RM 107 ringgit 52 cents. We are now finished with the question 3B2 and also with guided case study question number 3. Thank you for your attention, and we hope that this presentation will make you understand a little bit more about how to answer this question for chapter 4 measuring yields.